Alberta Primetime with Michael Higgins.
Welcome to Alberta Primetime. Ahead tonight, our Friday panel on Donald Trump turning up the tariff heat. But first, the green light for a petition to prevent Alberta separation. Elections Alberta says the Forever Canadian initiative must collect nearly 294,000 eligible signatures by October 28th for its question to be considered in a referendum. That question asks, do you agree that Alberta should remain in Canada? Joining us now, Thomas Lukaszuk, former Deputy Premier and the proponent behind the Forever Canadian initiative. Thomas, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, so Elections Alberta gave you the green light midweek with approval of the petition, but you haven't hit the start button yet.
Yes, we already have. As a matter of fact, tomorrow on Saturday at 10 in the morning, just outside of the Strathcona Farmers Market near White Avenue, we will be officially launching our campaign. And we will be asking Albertans to please sign up on our website, which is forever-canadian.ca, to sign up as canvassers to collect the signatures. But at the same time, if you want to come and sign the petition, you will be able to do that. So I hope I will see a lot of you at 10 a.m. at Strathcona Markets on Saturday morning. But there is a lot of logistics to put together. So we are really building an airplane while flying it. We are sending out credentials to our canvassers across the province because all of them have to register on our website. Then we register them with Elections Alberta. And then Elections Alberta via Canada Post will send them a package with their credentials badge and petitions and everything else. So it takes time. But it's a really good process that Elections Alberta put together, and we have to comply with the rules. So be patient, but keep signing up at forever-canadian.ca to be one of our volunteers and collect signatures.
Okay, so how much of an actual organization are you ready to hit the ground with? What's backing you?
Well, we have over 8,000 right now signed up volunteers. So that's a lot. That's a good number for a campaign that is officially launching only tomorrow. What's backing us up is the actual process. You can't just have a petition and go out there and collect signatures. You actually have to be credentialed by Elections Alberta. So you have to file with us, with our website. Then we have to forward that information onto Elections Alberta. They have to accredit that person and then send them the package by Canada Post. That takes time. So the upstart, you just don't hit running the ground. You have to put all those processes in place. So for the next week or week and a half, we will be focusing on signing up as many of these canvassers as possible everywhere in Alberta. And then we will be focusing on collecting the actual signatures.
Okay, let's put the focus on you. You're a former politician. How much of an election campaign mindset do you bring to this?
A lot. And you know what? A lot of the people who are actually in the core group volunteering and organizing everything are also formerly affiliated with politics from all political parties. Believe it or not, we have some of the originating fathers of the Reform Party. We have Conservatives, we have NDPers, we have Liberals, we have Alberta Party members. This straddles all political beliefs. And it's actually quite refreshing. For a first time, I'm working with a group of people where we have very different political views, but we all agree on one thing. We love Canada, and we don't want to see or even hear about separatism. So all these politicians and all these volunteers, campaign managers are bringing their respective experience from their past campaigns from different political parties. But we also have people from the not-for-profit sector who are great organizers, labor unions, ethnocultural associations. It's a real mixed bag of volunteers, and everybody brings a different perspective. And as I said earlier, all we have in common is we're proud Canadians.
Now, along with greenlighting your petition, the Chief Electoral Officer this week also referring a different question to the courts for opinion on whether or not it violates the Constitution. The Premier, the Justice Minister as well, then urged Elections Alberta to withdraw the reference, sign off on the pro-separatist petition. How do you see that dialogue impacting your road forward?
I think it actually encourages our volunteers and those who want to sign the petition. It's almost unprecedented for a premier and particularly justice minister to be interfering with an independent officer of the legislature, the elections commissioner, and then actually influencing courts on what they should be doing. The only thing that really came out of it is that now we actually openly know she came out of the closet, and we know that she backs separatists, not proud Canadians, and that's for her to deal with, and I think Albertans will deal with that accordingly. But it motivates us to work even harder. You know, the Premier also made the rules much easier for separatists than she made for us Canadians. You know, we almost have to run twice around the field. They only have to run once. We have fewer days to collect the signatures. We have to collect twice the number of signatures. Our fundraising is much more governed than theirs, but that's fine. You know, sometimes you have to work harder to achieve good things in life, and we are simply working harder. And I think the Elections Alberta Commissioner is simply following the rules, and he's following the rules that actually they put in place. The Citizens Initiative Act was put together by UCP just a few years ago. He's following that act, and now they're telling him that it's red tape and he shouldn't be following their legislation. You know, strange way to govern a province, but we are laser focused on getting virtually 300,000 signatures. We actually hope to raise many, many more, and that's what we're focusing on.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you actually want your question to go to a referendum? Is that the ultimate goal?
It doesn't have to. If the Premier does the right thing, it doesn't have to. We don't need a referendum. We just need a government to adopt a policy that does not include separatism. We need a government in this province that works hand in hand with other premiers and other provinces across the country, and resolves any and all issues that arise from time to time through the processes that have been put in place. They have worked quite well for over 150 years. That's what makes us the great country that we are. But separatism is not one of those tools. So if the Premier chooses to adopt this policy and brings it to legislature and has MLAs vote on it, that would be actually the best case scenario. I think the only reason she actually is pushing for a referendum herself is because she has separatists, at least 14 of them, some of them cabinet ministers, in her caucus. And in order for her to stay in power and be a premier, she can't afford to lose him. So she's playing this dangerous game. She's actually putting Canada's economy and Canada's future and unity on the line just to keep her job.
Okay, well, you still have a massive task ahead of you, nearly 300,000 signatures in 90 days. What gives you the confidence to say you will be successful?
You know, I love campaigning, and I only campaign when I truly 100% believe in something. And there are hills worth dying on, and Canada is definitely one of them. And we have an amazing country that rarely ever asks anything of us. Right now, those of us who are proud Canadians who travel with Canadian passports and wear maple leaves and even tattoo them on ourselves, now we have to put our name on a dotted line and support Canada and show the rest of Canada and the rest of the world that we are a united country, that we can't be torn apart by a small group of very voiceful, aggressive individuals. Canada is not up for breakup.
All right. We'll have to leave it there. Appreciate your time this evening, Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Thomas Lukaszuk, former Deputy Premier and the proponent behind the Forever Canadian initiative.